Brilliance Audio presents Only Ashes Remain by Rebecca Schaeffer. Performed by Almarie Guerra. The fluorescent lights of the INHUP Refugee Center made the white walls glow like a hospital, and Nita wondered for a brief moment if she was in some sort of hallucination. After all, the set of circumstances that had brought her to the International Non-Human Police had the quality of a nightmare, complete with kidnapping, torture, and Nita burning all her enemies alive at the end. All but one. He stood in front of her now. A few inches taller than her, his pale face was framed by slightly mussed, dark brown hair, and his huge blue-gray eyes stared at her with shock she knew was mirrored in her own gaze. Fabricio. The boy she'd saved. The boy who'd betrayed her. Who'd thanked her for helping him escape, taken the money and bus ticket she'd offered him, then turned around and used the phone she'd given him to sell her to the black market. Who'd left her to be kidnapped, cut up, and sold piece by piece. Rage boiled in Nita's veins, heating her body from the inside out. Her jaw clenched tighter and tighter, until she forced it to loosen to avoid breaking a tooth. Nita. Agent Quispe, the INHUP agent in charge of Nita's case, stepped forward, the lines of her buzz-cut black hair sharp in the bright light. Her Spanish was slow and calm, with a distinct flavor that reminded Nita of her time living in Peru. "Are you all right?" Nita blinked and forced herself to nod. "Of course. Sorry, I must have spaced out. What were you saying?" Quispe frowned slightly and squinted, an expression Nita had come to associate with the agent trying to parse Nita's Spanish. Her father was Chilean, but she'd lived in Madrid until she was 6, and the blend of accents was often hard for people to understand. "I was saying that I've noticed you keeping to yourself a lot. And since we just received another refugee your age, I thought you two might want to meet." Quispe waved Fabricio forward. His eyebrows pulled together before smoothing out. A tentative smile crossed his face. Nita glared. What the hell was he smiling about? Then she realized. He didn't know she'd discovered he was the one who sold her to the black market. Fabricio was still playing a part, resuming the role of the scared victim. Nita stepped forward, fist clenched, wanting nothing more than to smash his skull into the floor and dissect him while he lay dying. The way she should have done when her mother caught him the first time. She took a deep breath. She was in the middle of the INHUP headquarters in Bogotá. There was an agent standing right beside her. This was not the time to commit murder, no matter how much she wanted to. Nita swallowed and forced a grimace onto her face. She needed to play it cool for now, and not give any indication they'd met before. And hope Fabricio didn't give her away. If INHUP found out how they knew each other, Nita's connection to her murderous mother would be exposed, and Nita's crimes would be laid bare. And she had a lot of crimes under her belt. You didn't grow up with parents in the business of dissecting unnaturals and selling their body parts online without committing a few felonies. Nita couldn't force herself to extend her hand to him. In a clipped voice, she said, "It's nice to meet you." He blinked and hesitated, then smiled softly, his voice gentle and whispery. "You too." Quispe looked between them, as if she could sense the tension.